Dear Principal Dr. Sinaga, dear students and faculty of HKBP Theological Seminary, dear colleagues from the KN-LWF Lutheran Study Center, friends across the HKBP and partners from beyond who are gathered for this Reformation Day worship in person and online, greetings from the Communion Office of the Lutheran World Federation in Geneva. I thank the leadership of HKBP Theological Seminary for the invitation as you commemorate the Reformation begun in Saxony, Germany by Martin Luther in 1517. But I also thank you for the way that you embody the living tradition of Reformation as it continues in the Indonesian context today. The freedom that is ours through the gift and promise of Jesus Christ must be proclaimed, taught, and discerned in each generation and in every culture. While the gospel that has been entrusted to us remains the same, the contexts and the questions to which we speak this gracious word are complex and ever-changing. The LWF looks to the creative and critical theological discernment that you have cultivated within Indonesia and across the Asia region, as well as your contributions to the global dialogue about how our shared Lutheran identity and tradition equips LWF member churches for vibrant ministry in our diverse contexts. On Reformation Day, it is good to recall that theological education was a driver of the Lutheran Reformation. Martin Luther thought the goal of education was to transform individuals who would transform the world. In the 16th century, education was the seedbed for the fruits of Reformation and the transformation of church and society. And 500 years later, the LWF remains committed to strengthening theological education as the heart of our living tradition. The LWF is encouraged by the commitment of HKBP Theological Seminary to keeping theological education, formation, and discernment at the heart of Lutheran identity in the Indonesian context. The LWF is committed to strengthening concrete, local expressions of communion through our various programmatic partnerships in theological education and theological reflection. And we are grateful for your faithful efforts to embody what it means to be a global Lutheran communion, united in one body, one spirit, and one hope. As we live out our shared vocation to administer the gift that was entrusted to us for the next 500 years of Reformation, we pray that the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will keep our hearts and minds in Jesus Christ. Thank you for your attention.